Why Trump tweets, and why we listen. Twitter is a digital drug designed to constantly feed our egos. What does it mean when the addict in question happens to be the most powerful man in the world? Which came first, the Donald or the tweet? Unlike the great poultry conundrum, we know the answer to this one. Donald Trump was well into thick-waisted middle age by the time Twitter launched in 2006, and he had passed the 60 mark when, 3 years later, he issued his first tweet under the @RealDonaldTrump moniker. Yet Trump's Twitter feed and his psyche are now so fused that it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins, or if such a boundary even exists. Not since Mussolini mounted his Roman balcony has a national leader merged so completely with a communication platform. The president's Twitter fixation gives the lie to the notion that social networks are preserves of the tech-adept young. Although Trump, according to press reports, rarely uses computers, sends emails, or goes online, he's found a match in Twitter. It's a technology perfectly suited to his need for attention and, more ominously, his recklessness. By blurring private and public discourse, Twitter allows Trump to turn locker room talk, his favorite idiom, into presidential speech. And it enables him to manhandle the public's attention, constantly yanking the media spotlight back on himself whenever it starts to wander. The centrality of Twitter to Trump's presidency is as surprising and novel as the presidency itself. Trump's early tweeting was flaccid. Like many public figures, he set up his account for marketing purposes. He used it to promote his TV show, The Apprentice, and his latest book, Think Like a Champion, along with his various businesses and other interests. Tweets came haltingly, a handful a month, and most were ghostwritten by aides. Check out a list of Donald Trump's books for summer reading at the Trump University blog, ran a typical post. Trump International Tower in Chicago ranked 6th tallest building in world by Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, went another. Rarely did the tweets touch on politics, and rarely did they get much notice. That changed in the summer of 2011, during the formative stages of the 2012 presidential race. Mulling a run, Trump made a concerted effort to lift his public profile. Rather than engage in policy debates, he focused on stirring controversy by attacking President Barack Obama and congressional leaders and serving as a mouthpiece for the birther movement. After Obama held a much-publicized Twitter town hall on July 6, 2011, politicians of all stripes began tweeting in earnest, and the press took to using the tweets as hooks for stories. Trump jumped into the fray, thumbs blazing. His tweeting became a daily habit, and his tweets assumed the overheated tone and punctuation that are now their hallmarks. Source: Politico.